Good morning.
How's it going, everybody? This is the Uncanny Omar from Near Mint Condition, the home of... Wait, is that how I introduce the Saturday streams? Do you remember? Happy Saturday, everybody. This is the Uncanny Omar with my beautiful co-host...
Astonishing Melanie. And so it's
Together we do the fusion. That's right. Fans of Dragon Ball Z knows what's up. How's it going, everybody? I haven't asked this in forever, but... Where are you all from? Where are you chiming in from? There we go. Adam straight off the top.
He's a good guy. He's been a long time viewer.
Yeah, a lot of
nothing is to make you enjoy the stream in my new chair.
Dude, what kind of chair did you get? Happy Saturday. Hey. So it's good to see all you wonderful folks on our Saturday live stream that we do every Saturday.
Belgium. Wow.
Whoa, what's up, Belgium?
Hey, Super Laugh Hard.
There's my buddy Super Laugh Hard. I'm so glad to see you, man.
Glad to make this stream after missing the last few. Hope you enjoyed your holiday. Thanks,
Thank
Dan.
you.
I'm glad that you're joining.
It was a lot of fun.
Got Canada.
What's up, Canada? All of Canada.
Need some energy, Jose. Need some energy after watching the Marvels trailer. Maybe I can watch Mission Impossible again.
Dude, that movie was so good, and it's not doing good at the box office, which breaks my heart. No. Actually, all movies aren't doing that good at the box. Man and I went through some numbers yesterday.
Which one was winning, Barbie or Oppenheimer?
Barbie. I mean, Barbie, you can,
I guess
take the whole family too. Can't imagine dragging the kids to go see Oppenheimer. Everybody get in the van. We're gonna go see Oppenheimer.
And of course, Rahul from India.
What's up, Rahul? How's it going, buddy? Just got back home in time for the show. That's right. It's about to start.
Michigan. And the stream is very blue. I was like, oh, your match should be. I picked my shirt first.
I'm wearing this because my buddy Tina, her birthday was 2 days ago, and we're celebrating her birthday tonight. She bought me this when they went to Japan, and they had a one-piece Tokyo Tower thing. When we went to Tokyo Tower, not this time around. There was no anime like that.
No, there was none. I mean, I always say I love Tokyo Tower. I'm not saying like
Ken and Cyclops were right.
Just there wasn't an anime-based theme thing.
Good morning from Vietnam. Do I have one of my best friends is from Vietnam, so that's really cool. All the way from Vietnam. That's awesome. Ken and Cyclops were right, dude. That cracked me up when you said that. Would Ken identify with Cyclops? Is that what you're saying? What Cyclops believes? Cyclops been done dirty so many times because writers just didn't know what to do with him. Good morning. First time catching you guys live from
yay, Baton Rouge.
Louisiana. I didn't want to mispronounce that French name. Louisiana.
What do you think? Is Marvel going to reprint Hoxpox hardcover?
Not usually. They don't really reprint oversized hardcovers. I think what may end up happening though might be once the whole era is over, they're going to, well, actually, I know once the whole era is over, they're going to revisit how to map these things properly. So an omnibus will come one day. It's just how long you're willing to wait. That's what's going on. Anybody at San Diego Comic-Con? And if you are, why are you watching? Good morning from New York City, Omar, Melanie. Nice one-piece shirt. I love, dude. I ain't gonna lie. I'm kind of half excited about the One Piece live action, even though I'm one of these people that are like, there doesn't need to be a live action if it's an animated, that people can just go watch the animated. I say the same thing about whether it's anime or Disney remakes. I'm like, go and watch the animated film. There's nothing wrong with watching animated films. But honestly, this feels like it's got the spirit of One Piece. We'll see. I'm sure Amanda and I will review.
Japanese voice actors are doing the voices, the dubs for the Japan release.
Yeah, and when we were in Japan, the figure arts, Tamashii Nations was like putting up the One Piece live action figure arts figure. It was so weird to see. Hey, Omar.
And by the way, this week I did start rereading One Piece. Not because of Netflix. I totally forgot about that. I just was like, last week actually on the stream, I was like, I want to reread that, and I started rereading it.
Pure coincidence. You should review it.
It's fun to know. Not that I don't know everything that happens. I got up to volume 70 something, but it's fun to go back at the beginning and be like, oh, look how. Yeah, I don't know. It's just because you know where it's going to go. Do you know if IDW is going to continue with the reprint of TMNT hardcover stuffs? I think they are broke. Oh no.
So I think there's a whole misconception with what's going on with this particular company. So to clarify, what you probably heard is that they have filed bankruptcy. And for people that don't know, there have been many companies that have filed bankruptcy and stayed in business and then bounced back. I'm not saying that's going to be the case with IDW. This is the second time, by the way, they filed bankruptcy. They are going through a restructure. So here's hoping, it could go the way of Toys R Us, or they can bounce back like some other bookstores that we know. But as far as TMNT, so far in the solicitations, they have a second compendium for the classic stuff, which unfortunately, because it's a license hellhole, oh my gosh, a lot of stuff can't be reprinted because Eastman and Laird were doing the right thing. They were giving the people coming up with the stories, since they're independent comic creators, the rights to those stories. So if those stories ever need to be reprinted, they have to pay out the wazoo for that stuff. What's up, Max? How's it going, buddy? So that kind of answers your question. They're still coming out. Nothing is like, it's just rumors right now. I'm sure people saying that because they've gone bankrupt, they're going to just flop. Please, Omar, go ahead and defend deadbeat dad, wife abandoning, relationship cheating Cyclops. We could all use a laugh. But Cyclops ain't one of my favorite characters. I'll let my buddy Dan defend him. I'm a Wolverine type of man. And apparently Wolverine's a Cyclops type of man. Comics, boy.
Good morning. Thanks for the content. Please suggest to David that if Marvel does not finish out the Daredevil OHCs, that would be a very DC move.
Rosie, I'm going to word it just like that. So we get David triggered. He's at San Diego Comic-Con. There's my buddy Chris. Before I even read your comment, dude, I just want you to know, I know we're Facebook friends, and I don't really get on Facebook, but you every year you write this beautiful statement about it's a tribute to your dad. And when you lost your dad, and I just want to say, man, it just brings me to tears every time I read it. I feel like the connection between you and your dad was so strong, and it reminds me a lot of the connection that I have with my father. So I love you, man. I just want to say I'm so sorry that you lost your dad at such a young age. And it kind of reminds me, your dad's been gone for 10 years too, which is kind of crazy to think about.
Yeah.
He was a cool guy. Good morning, Omar and Melanie, or Melanie and Omar, I'm sorry. Visiting the house in-laws in Watkins Glen, New York for the next few days.
Watkins Glen? You have to say it like
Sounds
that.
so uppity. What collected edition has been your favorite release for this year from any publisher?
Oh, yes.
Man, there's so many. Every year I do my top 10, and there's so many that are coming out. I'm a big fan of oversized hardcovers and slipcases. I love the design of some of these absolute editions. I'm a big fan of some of the things that Marvel is doing underneath the dust jacket. The dust jacket designs, they tend to stay very formulaic. They tend to stay the same. But underneath, it seems like they're just having fun. I really like the design of the thing. I thought that was a well put together book. But most of the time, I'm going to go with indie books, like something from Fantastic Graphics or Dark Horse. This is hard. That Spy book by Matt Kent. That one is the design of that one is awesome. Hey, Radu. And I saw Dana earlier.
Hannah said.
Who said?
Hannah.
Hannah's here. Hannah said
Wolverine is possibly one of the most boring characters in comics.
Hannah, how do you know I'm not having a bad day? Why would you say that?
We're going to the super chat. Thank you, Ryan.
What's up, buddy? Welcome to the live stream where people ask Omar if a certain omnibus is coming out for 2 hours, and Omar gives the same answer over and over.
Yeah, you do.
No, that's not true, Ryan. Sometimes I'm like,
thank you.
Nope, because like Dark Tower, right? I can rest assured that Dark Tower cannot be reprinted by Marvel, right? Because it's not owned by Marvel anymore. So that's it.
Cody is asking, did you see the new DC
solicits
from their Connect?
I have had that solicitation for a week and a half now, and I was told to sit on it. So in case you're new to the channel, in case you don't know, my DC contacts let me have, they were supposed to be 24 hours, but you know what? I ain't even, whatever, 6 hours in advance before anybody else releases that stuff. But because they're at San Diego Comic-Con, they emailed me last week because I asked them, like, hey, can I go ahead and make this video? And they said, nope, sit on it until we give you the go. We give everybody the go ahead. So the embargo has not been lifted, even though stuff is leaking left and right. But because I don't want to be somebody that, what very little connection I have with DC. I don't want to break their trust. I release something and I'm like, exclusive breaking news. Like, that's nah. I let other people leak stuff if they want to. That's cool. So I have to honor a lot of these things, and it kind of sucks because I'm really excited to talk about these books, right? Very, very excited about these books. So I don't have by the way, I don't have an official NDA with DC Comics at all. It's just I'm doing it to keep good faith with them or any publisher that tells me anything behind the scenes. There's a lot like that. Dude, I've been sitting on Trigun News for a year and a half. If I was any other a-hole on the internet, I would have been like, breaking news, Trigun's coming in a year and a half, suckers. Don't buy the out-of-print books. Just because I need to keep these relationships open with Dark Horse and all the other publishers, because I want to develop the relationship that's strong enough that I can start suggesting, hey, this is what the fans want. They want a reprint of the BPRD stuff. They want the BPRD in library size. So who knows where it'll take us, but maybe I'm just being a sucker and everybody else can break the news and I'm just sitting here.
No.
Welcome to the live stream where I beg for Iron Man Omnis. Well, you got one coming out in August, John. The biggie.
And make sure to give you Pingu.
Volume 1. So you make sure you buy your auntie one. You make sure you buy your cousin's one, because if that sucker's got to sell to get that volume 2, baby.
And what did you buy 3 sets of? One for you, one for Lydia, one for Alicia, to make sure that they actually get made.
Oh, Mega Man figures.
Yep.
Yeah. My daughters are just, I love it. They love Mega Man. So when, is it Soda? Not Soda. Oh my gosh. Jada Toys announced they were doing Mega Man figures. We decided as a family that we're buying 3 sets. Everybody gets a set in the family except for mommy. She doesn't.
I'm good.
She's good.
I love Mega Man.
We want to make sure. We want to make sure that those figures still get made. So they announced the 3rd wave at San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Hey, Jacob.
So Jacob just brought his newborn home. Any advice for a first-time dad? To be patient. It won't last forever. It's going to be like a month of just like don't do anything else. It's just the baby, and you're tired. And if your partner is breastfeeding, that it will be so difficult for a few days to just be there.
As
you like how I slipped in the breastfeeding advice?
Well, because that affects us fathers too.
Yeah, because you're standing there like,
because you have
the baby's hungry and you're crying and the baby's crying and it's so stressful.
You got to be there emotionally for your lady, because she did carry your parasite inside of her belly for 9 months, and it's the least you can do. And you got to be patient. And brother, I'm gonna be honest. I'm dead serious when say goodbye to sleep. Say goodbye to sleep. And it's like Melanie said, it's not forever. And take naps with your baby. Take naps with the baby, because you're going to need that, my brother. But it won't last forever. And you will always remember these things, and then it'll be just a blur when you were like, oh yeah, I remember.
And then all of a sudden they'll be crawling. You're like, when did that happen?
And then all of a sudden they're asking for 2 sets of Mega Man figures.
And read the baby omnibus stories. Yes, because the omnibus is like 5 times the weight of the baby.
I think there's a picture of me reading an omnibus to my baby. It's so ridiculous. I don't care. But enjoy your time, man. Hey, man, I'm just telling straight up what it is, though. Parasite.
Sleep when they sleep.
Sleep when they sleep. That's for real, dude. Like that, you'll learn to appreciate those naps, brother.
Whew. Just started reading Adam, hoping it's as good as Astro or Pluto. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love that you're calling it. You're talking about the new Adam series. While not as good as Pluto, it definitely has the heart of Adam or Astro Boy.
Good morning, Omar and Melanie. Thoughts on expanding the Ghost Rider Omni with Waves Run and Danny Catches Mini, akin to Iron Fist, Thor by JMS, Captain Britain, Squadron Supreme, and Eternals Omnis? Well, that's a lot of information.
I know what he's saying. I can always ask, and you're not the only one that has asked. I saw your email. I just haven't had a chance to reply back. And honestly, I didn't want to reply back with thumbs up or anything. I really wanted to take some time to get back to you. So I will probably send a note to Marvel and see what they say. I know they've been busy like back to back. Like this week at San Diego Comic-Con. Last week was, what was it they were doing? They were doing a quarter sales thing. So And I think next week is when they get back to normal. So maybe mid next week I'll sneak it in there. I don't have the Muppet Babies on me, you know. I never did get it.
And thank you
for the
so
super
much
chat.
for the super chat, the super sticker.
He's got a question right underneath it.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, here's the question, and I'm gonna put Wolvie on the screen since we were talking about him earlier. Which one do you think is better? New X-Men Omni by Grant Morrison or Wolverine? Hey, it fits. Good. I gotta get the fits. Wolverine and the X-Men Omni by Jason Aaron.
Oh man. So it's not fair because Wolverine and the X-Men is kind of like Jason Aaron's third Wolverine omnibus. But it's also a standalone omnibus because it's Wolverine in a different light. It's Wolverine. You know how he's like daddy to like Kitty Pryde and eventually what's her name? Armor and Jubilee. Now he's daddy like the whole school.
Father figure.
Okay, that sounds better than daddy. Although I don't know why. You people. So anyway, he's now the headmaster of the school. And it's like a different take on Wolverine. And much like every other comic that goes on for too long, and it doesn't because I really enjoyed it. Nick Bradshaw, Chris Bachalo's artwork. Mwah. Towards the end of the run, the writer has to do something to kind of roll with the stories that were happening elsewhere. So
you're moving the camera.
I've been bloody sitting on you've bloody been sitting on that box set mystery bait Marvel thing for 2 years. I'm slowly saving just to come to Kentucky to find out what it is. Well done for keeping I can keep a secret. I mean, I knew about ROM for years and I didn't say anything. And yeah, it's, you know, because
how'd the sales of ROM do?
It was up there as a top seller for Amazon. So even the FOC is not out yet, so it was enough to go ahead and let's announce the second one. Because I sat on that one for 2 months. They were waiting, I think, for Hasbro and Marvel to agree. Okay, the sales are good enough. Let's go ahead and get the second one out there. So it's good.
Brian, thank you so much for the super chat. Long time no super chat. You're so cute in your matching shirts. Thank you.
You a fan of One Piece or Kentucky or Amazing Spider-Man? And thank you, Brian.
Blue, good fan of Blue. A good fan of Blue.
Y'all the best. It's the most wholesome community. Thanks, man.
And congratulations.
And congratulations to you, your lady, and your whole family. It's a game changer for sure.
How many more Omnis to announce? Big Stu's asking.
It never ends, man, because as soon as I'm done with these announcements, baby, we're ready to talk about August to December of 2024. And then some stuff in January of 2025, which is insane. But that's just the way, you know, this works nowadays. But that might be a month before I get those announcements started. So how many more? Well, like I said, I have one more round of reprints, and there are 5 more reprints coming. I don't know if I'm going to release it Sunday or Tuesday because the YouTube algorithm is so busted where I took off for 2 weeks, even though I had a few videos in there. I missed like 5 days, and then let me tell you, they're punishing you. Hey, it's rough. It's rough to get back up there. So I don't know if I'll release it on Sunday or release it on Tuesday. Definitely releasing a new omnibus announcement on Wednesday. So that will be Wednesday.
The Dazzler bus?
No, it's not. I'm sorry, it's not the Dazzler. I shouldn't have said anything. Hi, I'm a new sub. Love the channel. I just started reading more comics and started with Batman Year One timeline. Any and thoughts on a Legend of Dark Knight's omnibus anytime soon? That's one of my most wanted. I would love those stories collected. And the beauty of those stories is that they can be read at any time because they take place at an earlier time when it was just Batman, you know, riding solo without Robin. Until we got to the crossovers, then Shadow of the Bat and Legends of the Dark Knight were forced into the crossovers. So I read Omnibus of Planet of the Apes was very good. Mr. Tex, thank you. And big thank you again for sending me that gallery edition, brother. I wish George Tuska did all the art. I love Tuska. I think he's such an underrated artist. You know, going back and rereading a lot of the Silver Age makes me appreciate a lot of these artists. And Tuska's one of them. And I've grown to love Gil Kane so much. And of course, Gene Colan, last couple of years, it's made me really appreciate his almost fake painted art style. It's beautiful.
Thoughts on J. Michael Straczynski signing a deal with Dark Horse? I didn't know this.
Yeah, he signed a new deal with so 2 things about Straczynski. We're getting freaking Babylon 5 on Blu-ray, which I'm excited about.
Oh,
He wrote every single episode of Babylon
Channel. You knew that.
Babylon 5, with the exception of, I think, and I know somebody in the chat knows this more than I do, 5 of them.
New Spooky Channel knows.
And the ones that he didn't write, he let his comic book friends write, or his friends write, and that was the only reason why. Yeah, I saw that. And then he's also writing the Captain America for Marvel Comics.
Nice as 8. Just
So
that.
very excited. I want Alita Last Order reprints. Just need volume 17. I want them to do hardcovers of those, even though it's not my favorite series. I still would love hardcovers of Battle Angel Alita Last Order, and then the Martian Chronicles or Mars Chronicles.
More of Melanie and Omar's breastfeeding tips today on the AMA, I'm sure. Also, what's an AMA and how do I find that? Thank you for asking. So I won't be joining today, just FYI. Ask Me Anything, monthly Ask Me Anything is the $7.77 tier on Patreon. Mm-hmm. And that gets you access also to, besides the monthly AMA, book club, which we are meeting Sunday, the 31st via Zoom. And we're discussing Flintstones by Mark Russell. Mm-hmm. Did I get that right? Okay. And who drew it? It's good art. Who's the artist?
Oh, isn't it Pew?
Sure. And but of course there are lower tier rewards and benefits as well, such as early access to announcement videos and Discord server and voting rights, etc. So check it out. It's on our Patreon, which is in the description of this video.
Nothing is itching me, so you don't ever has the Dragon Ball Z issues of each new villain being the strongest in the universe, because they're clearly a long-term plan. I love that's my kids and I are going through Dragon Ball Z. It's our Dragon Ball Z summer. We're about to enter the Cell games.
Stopping by, say hi. I hope you all have a great day, brother.
Well, thank you, Jack. I hope you've been doing well, brother.
William loves the Flintstones. It's one of the best comics of recent years. Mark Russell is mid. Yes, it is. It's not like, it's not necessarily about the Flintstones themselves. You know what I'm saying? It's a good story. Which one, baby?
Let's do this one here. And he also wrote, if you haven't read Superman Space Age, spoilers, that's one of my favorite reads this year. It was
spoiler,
excellent.
I like
spoiler
it.
for my top 10 favorite reads.
And if for some reason I just it's taken me a while to read it, and it's really good. I just haven't sat back down and read it again, but I was like, oh wow, yeah, it's good. Do you have the most wanted Geoff Johns Omni right now? Or I'm sorry, do you have a most wanted Geoff Johns Omni right now?
Yeah, I do. I want his it's a toss-up. His Superman run collected in omnibus format, or his, either way, it's gonna be Geoff Johns and Richard Donner. It's gonna be, he has to share two names. Or get this, his Avengers run, but then it would be Geoff Johns and Chuck Dixon. It's just so crazy to put. But hey, it's got good artwork though. Olivier Coipel, and who else is it? Scott Collins did the artwork in those. So yes.
So Jeff saying, thank you so much for the super chat. The Game and wrote a Babylon 5 episode.
Peter David wrote, I think, a couple of them. Like I said, it was like, it's not that he didn't want to write. He could have written the whole thing. I know that he just let his friends write them. And I thought that was really cool. Like to run a whole series like that. Let's see.
Harlan Ellison
and one episode by Gaiman.
Beast Wars Larry Ditilio?
Was a writer and story editor for seasons 1 and 2. That's awesome.
A true graphic novel fan loves Superman Space
It's a good read. And of course,
Brian loves DBZ.
Dude, I love DBC. It's just clear that Toriyama thought every story arc was the last one, whereas Oda has binders filled with years of planning. Well, the big difference is, right, is that there was a push from editorial. Those books were selling so well. I'm sorry. Those stories were selling so well that, you know, he wanted to make the Frieza arc his last arc. And then his editors were like, no, you can't finish this. So he was like, well, who's stronger than Frieza? Okay, we'll take his DNA and make somebody stronger than him. And then it kind of got ridiculous. And I cannot remember. Oh, man, I'm drawing a blank. The gentleman that, it was a joke. It was him and the guy that did Video Girl Ease and Shadow Lady, that mangaka. They were sitting around talking about, like, who's stronger than Vegeta and who's stronger than Goku. And the guy that did that manga, what is his name? He's a wonderful creator. He said, yeah, but what about a mashup of Vegeta and Goku? Wouldn't that be stronger than Goku? And that's where the idea of the whole earrings came from in the TV show, and then I guess the fusion in the movie. Pretty cool.
Let's see.
Oh, he
William
didn't win.
Is brought that up, and I did look. Brought up the. It's a shame that. Can you go back to it, please?
Yes, and I want to say hi to Delusional Arcade. How's it going, brother? This guy restores arcade machines. It's a shame.
It's a shame that Mark Russell didn't win an Eisner yesterday for Superman Space Age. I looked up this morning the winners. DC titles won a lot. The best short story was Finding Batman by Kevin Conroy and Jay Bone in DC Pride 2022. And I'm so glad. I'm pretty sure, because it's like a typo on this comicsbeat.com, that Zdarsky won for best new
his Batman
series one? Because it'll say winner, chicken dinner, but then on best new series it says preview public domain. It doesn't say winner, so I was like, maybe that's a typo. So I'm going to assume that he won, that Chip Zdarsky won for public domain, and I was like, I really want him to win something. So yay, Zdarsky!
Wolverine Volume 1
was nominated for a lot. The best single issue was Batman. One Bad Day, the Riddler, right? Oh, where is it? Best everything. Let me go on ahead, baby.
Okay.
Chivalry by Neil Gaiman, adapted by Colleen Doran. Best adaptation from author medium, that won. So that's cool.
These are prizes, by the way, that somebody was asking what it is, given for creative achievement in American comic books. And they're kind of like the Oscars or like the Academy Award, named after, of course, the phenomenal writer and artist Will Eisner. So that's where the name came from. And they've been doing them, I want to say, since like
James Tynion IV won for best writer.
Yeah, and he was a regular participant of it until he passed away back in 2004, 2005. So they've been doing these for quite a number of years. Hey, Mike Larry. I'm Mike. I am Omar. Does anyone know if Wolverine Omnibus Volume 1 got reprinted? No, it did not. No, it did not get reprinted.
Tom King and Mitch Gerard's Batman, One Bad Day, The Riddler. I want to read that.
Wow. Those one I had no idea.
One bad single issue.
One Bad Day series.
I didn't know that those series it existed. I can assume I understand the plot and the point of it.
Okay. But I am so sorry, Philip. Did I say Dixon? No, it would be Chuck Austin. Not Chuck Dixon. So yeah, now imagine that Chuck Austin with Geoff Johns, Avengers Omnibus. Like I said, it's got good artwork though.
Let me get this.
But yeah, man, Finding Batman is so good. Even my normie friends posted about it. Zdarsky did win for public domain, which was really, really good. Morning, all. Have you all read?
Where, baby?
Well, that's why I was taking this just for a second. Have you all heard of DC animated movie announcements for Justice League, Crisis on Infinite Earths, and Watchmen? No, but oh my, how can you? Dude, what they've tried with Watchmen. All right, I'll give it. I'm so out of the loop on Batman or DC animated movies, man. I think I'm like 10 years behind. I do want to watch the Superman show though. Hey, John.
Yeah, how are you doing, buddy? Thank you for the super chat. Quick questions. The Black Cat Mary Jane series, though not in the Black Cat Omnibus, is it part of that run? Oh, okay. Though it's not in the Omnibus, is it part of that run?
It's more of a Spider-Man era story, though. It's part of the Spider-Man Beyond. Because, like, in one issue, Mary Jane's wearing Black Cat's outfit, and you're like, what? But that comes from the miniseries. So it really fits more in that omnibus, the Spider-Man Beyond omnibus, even though it's written by Jen McKay, and even though it features Black Cat. ¿Cómo están, Jerry? Muy bien, mi hermano. ¿Cómo estás tú? So it fits more in there than it does in the Black Cat Omni. It's a good series, though, and they're continuing them, so I'm hoping maybe we'll get a Black Cat Mary Jane omnibus, or maybe a Black Cat by Jen McKay Volume 2.
Brian, thank you so much for the super chat. It was your elbows, baby. Have you ever considered doing a casual poll for new Omnis epics where the heavy hitters aren't involved? Be curious to see what people want without X, Hulk, Daredevil, Spider-Man. Sure, there would be some surprises.
Doing a casual poll for new Omnis epics where the heavy hit. Oh, you mean
like nothing that's big and major
that
popular?
Don't include X-Men, don't include Spider-Man.
Like Muppet Babies.
I'll be honest, I'm really surprised Daredevil is now a heavy hitter. Like 100% surprised how much love you all gave the Daredevil in the Epic collections and in the Omnibus reprints. And so it's weird to still see Daredevil as a heavy hitter, but good. So you're talking about like characters like Ghost Rider, Moon Knight, Blade, characters that are, I don't want to say B-list characters or maybe C-list characters, but don't get a lot of love. How would I even do that though? Because I would have to create, the hard part about doing something like that would be creating these particular made up omnis. And I have a hard time doing that. Would be a really hard thing to do. That would take some thought and some help. I would have to reach out. So, oh, did he? Good for Stan.
Yeah. I didn't read off everybody that won.
Hey, what's up, Bernie? Hey, Omar, what do you think the chances are of us getting a Batman White Knight Omni, or should I just get the deluxes? Oh, I think we're gonna get it. There's no way that they don't. I mean, it's Sean Murphy. It's Batman. It will come. I'll tell you what. We'll probably get that before we get a Batman Post Crisis on Infinite Earths omnibus. I'm honestly surprised we don't have a Tom King omnibus yet. Man, maybe soon. But yeah, I'm sure we'll get that, brother.
Supreme Omega, thank you so much for the super chat. On the Trinity, does it bother you that Wonder Woman doesn't get the same love as Batman and Superman? Both Bats and Supes get multiple titles, while 1D does it. Oh, I like that 1D. I should have used Wonder Woman for the gift.
Well, unfortunately, it all comes down to sales, right? It doesn't matter how much I love a character. If it's not selling, then a publisher is not going to carry the book.
Oh, I tell you,
Batman, despite of people making fun of the character, and no matter how many comments that I see on my videos whenever I'm doing the solicitations, because you always see the comments that are like, DC owns more than Batman. They know, but they also know what sells, and it just proves every time. If the word Batman is on a title, it's going to outsell. Wonder Woman, unfortunately, doesn't have that name, she's had some great runs, but unfortunately, just doesn't have.
What was the one we just reviewed? I can't remember the title.
Oh, Historia?
Yes. Yeah, that was so
great.
good.
That's great. But again, that's a one-off. It's not like, Batman has Batman. He's got the Detective Comics, but that's been such a, we're talking decades-long history of that. Superman had 4 titles. I don't know. And I don't want to say it's because, it's a female-led character. She's had a title for over 750 issues, so the sales are there, but maybe the sales aren't that strong enough to carry 2 or 3 issues a month. Whereas Batman, for some reason, everybody wants to read about Batman, what he does when he's not being Batman.
Do you think that the Colossal Conan will be reprinted?
Not in that format, not in a colossal way. It might be reprinted like Marvel did in an omnibus format. And yes, we do need a Gail Simone omnibus.
How do you handle epic purchases collected in omnis you own?
If I didn't have a YouTube channel, I would not double dip. To me, epic collections were always what I called placeholders, even though some of them are mapped better. I like my collections to be in oversized format. That's why I love those type of books. But I always use epic collections as placeholders. So one day we'll have this, even though one day turns into 10 years or 15 years later, and we still don't have those particular stories collected in omnibus format. But because I run this channel, I have to have different formats to do comparisons or to do reading orders.
Hannah pointed out, to be fair, Wonder Woman has had a bunch of family books recently.
Yeah, they had the Amazons, didn't they? And it's not like they haven't tried in the past. They have tried in the past. Changing the character up dramatically too. Is Man Without Fear a good run? The original Man Without Fear is my favorite Daredevil story. If you're talking about the Frank Miller, John Romita Jr. one, that's Hey Noah, that's the one that was a script for the movie that was never made, and Frank Miller just changed it up to become a comic book script. Hi, this is my first time messaging in the chat. Hi, homies. What's up for comics? How are you?
DC lost the chance for Wonder Woman when they canceled Sensation Comics way back when.
Yeah. I think, in that time, though, a lot of the readership had changed, too. So they started focusing more on their best-selling titles.
Oh, maybe it's because her rogue gallery isn't as transcendent as she is.
I mean,
That's
outside of Cheetah and a couple of other characters, like I'm trying to think of.
Look at Mr. Tex with the analysis.
Reporting live from work. Just want to go home. I'm sorry.
No,
I hope
sorry,
you get to go home
Ipsy.
soon.
I'm glad you're with us. Okay, you're being yelled at. We need some more OHCs from Marvel. Picked up Always an Invader. What a great collection.
Oh gosh, yes. The Chip Zdarsky collection. It's great. We do. I don't know if they've just kind of stayed away from that because Omnis are selling better and the word omnibus sells better. I don't know. I don't have any proof of that or anybody saying that.
Why do I smell cat food? That's really weird.
I don't know, baby.
Well, Bert's asking you everything will get a tiny and JLD with Wonder Woman on.
Oh, Justice League Dark with Wonder Woman?
I don't think it was a very long run, but trades are hard to find now.
Well, there was a solicitation for a follow-up to Justice League Dark, but it never came. So who knows? Maybe it will pop back up sometime.
Thank you for the super chat. Can you read that, baby?
Yeah, for Wally West, do you advise the Omni by Mark Waid? I 100% do. My favorite Flash run is Geoff Johns. But without Mark Waid, there would be no Geoff Johns Flash. Mark Waid created all of the tropes and all of the mythos that I love about Wally West. And then Geoff Johns took it and did his own thing with it and even perfected some of those. So
lots of other people are chiming in, agreeing with Mr. Tex.
Yeah, Batman has a huge rogue gallery, right? Hey, what's up, fellow Kentuckian Noir Wolf? How are you, brother?
Hey, you could wear this shirt too. Nobody else, unless you live
Not
in
this
Kentucky.
Not this one, apparently.
No, you can't wear that one. Dan would like to see Dark Horse do a good concrete collection in hardcover.
Same. I would love to see a Grendel in oversized hardcover format just because I'm getting older and that text is getting harder and harder to read.
Rodimus Prime Rib, I know the answer to this. Yes, he did get the Scumbag Deluxe Edition in Righteous Thirst for Vengeance. It's upstairs on the table.
I wasn't expecting Righteous Thirst to be that huge. So, but it's up there.
Not cat pee, cat food. Don't know. I just all of a sudden it smelled like get down here. So mates have talked up the question on me. I know nothing about the character. Can I read this and enjoy it, or do I need back reading?
You don't need any back reading. It's fresh, man. It's good. It's got a good mix of like detective noir stories in there, mature elements.
So I would not like it.
Hold on, let me finish. Some funny stuff. Okay.
Oh, funny you say that.
So keep in mind, the question was a character that Rorschach. I did that on purpose.
Rorschach. Oh, I thought that's how you really say it.
No,
wait, how did
Rorschach.
You say it?
Oh, the Omnibros make fun of me when I said Rorschach just to get that shirt made. Rorschach. Rorschach. So that character is based on the question. And there is an awesome freaking issue where the question is reading about Rorschach and it's like, man, that guy, he's kind of badass. Kind of want to be like him. And I'm not going to spoil what happens, but by the end of the issue, he's throwing away the comic, pretty much going, forget Rorschach. Oh, I love it, man. And there's good social commentary in there. So it's good, man. Dennis O'Neil killed it. I'm hoping that second Omnibus comes out.
Josh, did you see that? Okay, so to answer Josh's question, no, we have not seen Poison Elves hardcover Kickstarter, but Parker Martini Edition won 2 Eisner Awards.
Good, it should have. That's a beautiful book. That was in my top 10, so you're welcome, Eisner Awards. The Poison Elves, didn't the creator pass away of Poison Elves like years ago? And both the question and Rorschach want to be Mr. A. All right, Steve Ditko. Yes, see what I mean? There's always that guy. Omni, I celebrated my birthday on Tuesday. Happy birthday. I'm an old butt man. Treat myself.
Old butt man.
Old butt man sounds like the worst superhero name ever. Treated myself to volumes 1 through 4 of Hulk by Peter David bargain price. The Daredevil and Thor reprint announcements were the icing on my cake, brother. I hope there's more that you're happy with in this next batch. And yes, happy birthday to you,
Jeff. Thank you for the super chat. DC, we need Wonder Woman Silver Age Volume 2. Omni.
We got Volume 1 was last year, wasn't it, Jeff? So that's pretty good. We might still get it.
The in Rorschach. It doesn't exist in English.
Like the Enye from us Latinos. I like me some butts too. Yeah, me too, man.
Did you get an early copy of Immortal Hulk Omni?
It's coming. The way they're doing advance copies now, I don't get them months in advance. I get them like I think a month ahead of time. But David's trying to fix that. That's how the Kickstarter video starts, talking about the creator being passed if he died.
Being pissed if he died before this finished.
Hold on, somebody passed away though. I know because I remember that was a big deal in the 90s. Somebody that worked on Poison Elves. I'll have to look at it. But good. I like to see that stuff come back. Morning. Is there a Bendis run you like the best from his Marvel work? Daredevil, Dark Avengers, Alias, or something else? You have a favorite arc of his Daredevil? Secret War. I really liked Secret War. And I wish he had taken the tone of Secret War to his New Avengers. But I think Miles Morales is probably my favorite thing that he did at Marvel. That Ultimate Miles Morales is so fun. It's so good. I've read that. I read that omnibus in one day. It's a big omnibus too, and it's Bendis, so it's kind of wordy. I say that 2/3 are freaking awesome. And then the third act, Bendis, just Bendis is that book. And if you read
like Google,
if you
Google
read
it.
what I'm people that have read it probably know what I'm talking about. Why? Okay. But yeah, those two. My favorite arc in Daredevil is probably the one. What is it? The Devil. It's that group that meets and they're all talking about running in the Daredevil. I cannot remember the name of the story arc. And then Daredevil is one of the people that's just sitting there. And it's this whole conspiracy theory whether they can actually see him or not. Thank you so much, brother.
John, thank you for the super chat. Have you seen the Faust Kickstarter? Reddit's hitting the DM. Does this mean in stock?
Direct market. Yes, that's exactly what it means. And I did see it. And this and Poison Elves, man, it just reminds me of when I was trying to get into indie comics in the 90s. So Bendis said, let's Bendis. But people like that, though. I mean, there's a reason why he has such a huge fan following.
Roguish Tech said the Poison Elves creator.
That's what I thought.
I saw a short history video earlier this year.
So then who's doing Poison Elves, though, if not the creator of Poison Elves? I was going crazy. I was like, I mean, it doesn't mean that the artist can't do it, right? Or anybody that took over that particular story. A lot of people do.
I'm sorry. Likes his Ultimate Spider-Man.
Outside
love. I put words in your mouth.
Joe, dude. Outside of my ROM announcement, my view to like ratio video on any announcement was Ultimate Spider-Man 1, the reprint. So it's not just you, brother. Ben is still writing comics. He's over at Dark Horse now doing a lot of Jinx World stuff.
This is how we bend this. Okay.
Why would you even do that?
Let's see. Antarctic Press and the studio that publishes it. Guessing family.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was wondering how the creator was going to do it. It's sad because he died at a young age. Hey, folks, hope you are well. Which Avengers Omnibus would you recommend to a new reader of the group? Oh, dude, my all-time favorite Avengers run is Avengers by Kurt Busiek and George Pérez. Like, that just came back to print.
Just put the link to the Kickstarter in the chat.
And New Avengers is out of print right now, but that's a lot of people got into those through New Avengers. No, I would not recommend The Crossing. That's only for the well-educated and the
educated.
I think no one's ever said that about The Crossing. That was a joke. I'm sorry. You think Conan #1 coming out next week is going to be a big hit? Perhaps there'll be CGCs available. I would like it to be a big hit. I want it to be a big hit for Titan just because I want to see the continuing stories of Conan and I want to see more of those Omnis come out. We shall see, though. I know Red Sonja just came out and that was killer. I just read the second. We should probably do a video on that, Melanie and I, because it is the 50th anniversary.
Okay.
Okay.
Ricky, I thought about you the other day because I went to set up my classroom for like the third time in 3 years. And I was like, I remember you decorating your door. And I was like, I should do that this year. And he's saying Marvel put out a custom dust jacket for McFarlane Spider-Man 300, but won't put out one out for Ultimate. No, Uncanny.
Let me read this one, okay?
Okay.
Because this is really important because people are mad about this. Marvel put out a custom dust jacket for McFarlane Spider-Man 300. I'll explain why. But won't put out one for Uncanny X-Men 5 or even worse, Hickman Avengers. Why? So to a little background, and then I'll answer the question. Can you just leave it up for a second, though? Because this is really important. A few years ago, when I announced the return of the Spider-Man McFarlane Omnibus, the cover that they used was the classic 300 cover, right? And then when the cover came out, it was the recolored cover that people were not happy with. They were like, I want the Spider-Man 300 cover. So Marvel sent out replacement dust jackets. So a couple things happened. Number one, from that moment going forward, they now have a disclaimer on all their solicitations saying covers can change at any time. Number two, because we can't, to answer this question, because we can't have nice things. Marvel is aware of everything that's going on. And when you have Disney lawyers aware of anything that's going on, when people took advantage of the replacement dust jackets and started selling them on eBay for $50 to $100, that's straight up when they said that's the last time we do that. And it was retailers too that were taking advantage of that. The retailers were supposed to be giving those out to people as replacement dust jackets, but because they saw that people were flipping them and it wasn't fair to the customers that weren't getting their copies, they were just like, that's the last time we do that. So to answer the question, it's because we can't have nice things. People take advantage of these things and people get upset. So that was it. So from now on, moving forward, it was
That's a really good question, Rick.
But
and that was a really good answer.
Well, I mean, it's straight up what I was told because I asked about that. And, you know, I ain't hating on anybody's game. I ain't coming between anybody and their bread because you got to do what you got to do. But
it means it won't happen again.
I also, I'm just telling you exactly what they told me. Good morning, Omar and Melanie. This is how you've been. This made me cat. That should be a t-shirt. I love to wear it when I have Bendis on my show and interviewing him. Hellblazer Vertigo Run reprint. It's out of print? Oh, it needs to be reprinted along with all the other Hellblazer stories.
Okay. Well, Noah's asking, is Marvel aware of some of the quality issues with some of the recent Omnis with the builds and the burn marks? If so, are they going to up quality control?
Burn marks? I don't know about burn marks. Okay, so let's backpedal a little bit though, because I don't know. What do you mean by build? What's going on? Is there a bad batch of books that are going out? Like we're talking about Miles Morales or Captain America by Mark Waid and Ringo, like that type of stuff, or are we talking about some one-offs here and there? Because there is a difference between like, holy crap, we just released a batch of bad books, and holy crap, somebody's sharing this on forums or Reddit, and it's a couple of people complaining. So I want to know what we're talking about, because I need to know, because in order for me to tell them, I can't just say, hey, 5 people have complained. I've told them about the thinness of paper, but like I said, even though I tell them these things, at the end of the day, they're going to do whatever, what their company has always done.
Kyle, I don't think that.
Are you talking about, you're talking about the ink blots? Is that what you're talking about? But burn marks?
Ink boogers?
Ink boogers. You know what I'm talking about? Like when the ink is too heavy on a paper?
Noah said it was Bad Batch Zomnibus and the weird ink spots in their books. Ink boogers.
Okay, they do know about the ink spots. I've told them about that. The Zomnibus has a Bad Batch? I've not seen that.
The new Marvel is like the old.
The new one is printed at the Mega printer. It's not even the iMac printer. I've not heard anybody complain about it. I know,
So Rick's saying, being taken advantage of is the reason I don't sell books for below market value. I saw someone flip a book after using a sob story to get it sold for below market value.
Yeah, I think sometimes, and it sucks, right? Because people take advantage of people with good intentions and a good heart. So,
and Logan now knows why his copy came with an extra dust jacket. There you go, Logan.
Yeah, that's why.
I'm glad it did.
That was the right thing to do.
Hey, Kyle.
What's up, Kyle?
Long
How are
time
you,
no
brother?
see. Just want to say hi. I miss you. Oh, thank you. Thanks
Sorry.
for,
Whoever was that? Noah? Noah, can you email me? Are you saying that the new Zomnibus is a bad batch? Because I've not heard anyone say that. So no, I'm not. I can't make them aware if I don't know what's going on. So can you click on that?
Just a second. I just wanted to going back to Kyle. You're so sweet, and I love how in the chat people are just like talking to each other because you guys know each other. So I think that's really cool.
Zomnibus was apparently his worst. Okay, who that owns a copy without send me some pictures because I want to know what we're talking about. Because it doesn't matter how many times I hear complaints if I have no pictures from different people. It can't just be something you grabbed off of Reddit or forums. It has to be a copy, like your copy or something, because I need to show them. That's how we got the changes to the Epic collections to stop printing at the what's it called? The what was the name of that printer? The it was here in America, but it was a bad printer. The Quad Pro printer. We had to show that there were different people complaining, and so we had to show different pictures. So send me an email if you don't mind. Yeah, if you own it, please.
Yeah.
Quad graphics, that was it. Not Quad Pro. Yeah, so that's how we got that changed because we showed I gathered a bunch of pictures from different people and showed Marvel like this is the issue that's going on. And that was across the board. But I need to see it on like if I don't know that it's the problem. I've seen pictures on Reddit, the Zomnibus binding is falling apart. Okay, but then that means you got to go and open your Zomnibus.
Brian's was a good copy.
Yeah.
Let's see. Reed saying that all our Zomnibus copies are sent out and not one customer complained. Also currently sold out both covers with distributors.
That's coming back to print in October, Reed. And good to see you here. Let me reach out to retailers too to see if anybody has been returning these. Because like I said, I don't mind sharing information, but I also can't share misinformation. Because, if it's your copy, then of course, yeah, I will let them know, but I can't just say, hey, this was shared on Reddit. I think it's more than 2 people. So I have the new dude. That's spoken like a true collector. I have the Zomnibus, the new printing, but it still has it. You still have it in shrink wrap.
So I guess ink boogers and binding falling apart.
Yeah, they do know about that. I let them know about that a month ago, but not the binding because I didn't know about the binding. Well, ironically, the first printing was notorious for having every one of those had bad binding.
You think you could rank the Bendis and Brubaker Daredevil Omnis from 4th to 1st? The stories are so good. Curious to know which ranks the top. Bendis 1, Bendis 2, Brubaker 1, Brubaker 2.
Brubaker 1 is my favorite one because I love what he did with the character because the ending of Bendis. So look, man, I'll just tell you straight up: Brubaker 1, Brubaker 2, Bendis 1, Bendis 2. That's my ranking. But Brubaker asked him to leave the character on a cliffhanger, and it's such an awesome cliffhanger. So yeah, I love that, and I love what he did with it. So,
is that your ranking from 4th to 1st?
Yep.
Like, so the best one is
Brubaker 1. Nope. The best one's Brubaker 1.
Okay, so but he's asking from 4th to 1st. So flip
Reading.
it around.
All right. All right, look. My favorite one's Brubaker 1, then Brubaker 2, then Bendis 1, then Bendis 2. No, don't apologize, Noah. But it's things like this that I need to know. Sorry to guys, hate to bring up the negative issues with books, as I know we're all here because we love reading these, and that's cool if there are issues. I just needed to know if it's like more than like one person. Dude, what's up, Eric? How are you, brother? I haven't seen you for a minute. The first printing of the Zomnibus had questionable build. The new printing, I have 0 complaints. I haven't seen any complaints too. That's why it surprises me, because usually people will email me, "Hey, this happened." Maybe I did get a email, not an email, but it was a message from. It was on our Patreon, but I think it was the same thing. Hey, I saw on Reddit that there's an issue with the Zomnibus, but I've never had anybody reach out. I've been reading the first 4 volumes of Conan the Barbarian Omnibus. I stopped after the Thomas run, and those books are really well put together. Step up from other Omnis, in my opinion. Those are great. I love those.
Sorry for being a pest. No, did you get the missing one shot for?
I haven't heard back about any of the
Star
books.
Wars Volume 2? Is that Star Wars?
Yeah, Star Wars.
Omnibus is late. Oh, okay. It's the Last Jedi Storms of Great. Just didn't want it missed. Thanks.
Yeah, nothing yet. And sometimes they don't have the time to sit there and tell me what's been approved, what hasn't, and it's just like we said yes to some and no to some, and it's just kind of like that's why we read the solicitations, which I'll be doing on Thursday with my buddy Peter M. and Lars is joining me, and Omnidog, and of course Curtis from the Epic Marvel Podcast. Oddfell is still on. She's on leave right now, but she'll be back for the next one.
For comics is recommending Deadly Class.
I love Deadly Class. Top 3 favorite Rick Remender run. I haven't finished the last volume yet, though. I just started reading it. Oh, I love that book.
And Max is just saying, hey, just a stream, which is Omnidog. It's later. Is also a good place to talk about toys, comics, dental plans, movies, music, arson, and other hobbies.
Are you advertising for Omnidog on my channel on my time?
They're friends. He just
I know Max is gonna be on the show talking about toys, by the way.
Okay, there you go. I get why companies keep the same format, but sometimes reputations ruin it. Dark Horse new soft covers, including the big manga omnis, are better.
I get why companies keep the same format, but sometimes reputations ruin it. You're talking about like the 3-in-1s, those kind of books. Yeah, I think they're doing better. Both the compendiums too. The only one I've had issues with in the last couple of years was the Spawn Compendium Volume 2, where the spine broke, which I kind of fear that it. And the N League, it's okay. It's okay. It's not his best work, but it was fun. It was fun. Holy crap, man! Rick Remender loves big books, doesn't he? He loves putting all.
And
his
he
stuff
can't
in
lie.
I'm not lying.
You other fellers
Stop
can't
it!
deny.
Stop it! Don't do that,
fellers. Can you read Brubaker's run without Bendis?
I don't recommend it because it spoils the big ending to Bendis's run. But you can if you want to. Just know that there's a new status quo for Daredevil at the beginning.
John's giving it a TED Talk. You can spread misinformation. You shouldn't, but that's a separate point.
Thank you.
Technically can. You are able to.
All right, John, I'm going to do this for you. Keep that up.
Oh, okay.
All right, this is how this household watches TED Talks, okay? All right, Melanie watching TED Talks. Uncanny Omar watching TED Talks. If I need a nap, I tell my brother to put a TED Talks on so I can fall right asleep through those folks.
I've watched similar.
Welcome to the Uncanny Omar's TED Talk.
With the Crisis on Infinite Earths animated movie just announced, Omnibus question marks?
Omnibus would be so ridiculously big, but I'd be all over it. I don't know. They're adding 100 pages to 0 Hour, and now that's $175. Sure, that'll be the first $200 Omnibus.
Let's see. How do you feel about Aquaman Geoff Johns Omni? Was it a good read?
It's good. It's a great introduction to the character. Sure, my favorite run is Peter David's run, but I'm glad that at least Aquaman has one omnibus.
And Kane likes TED Talks. They're very informative.
Well, yeah. Most people love them. I just, if I need a nap, I'll tell my wife or my brother to put a TED Talks on. Somebody was asking about a book that's going to be reprinted. If it's on our top 20, more than likely, it has a better chance. Yes, Aquaman only having one omnibus is kind of insane, considering they canceled the Silver Age one.
Let's see. I've been reading some Deadpool stories. Yes. Well, I wait for the Amazing Spider-Man Epic Collections to come out so I can continue reading in chronological order. Oh, that's
good for
that's
you.
A good idea.
And I'm curious, which is your favorite Deadpool story? Who's your favorite Deadpool writer?
Yeah. Who's your favorite Deadpool writer? And Nothing Is Itching Me read 7 pad issues and love this guy already. Nice.
Peter Allen David.
And to go back earlier when you were saying if it is on the top 20, that was a reprint poll request. Request the reprints, not guaranteed. But just like, hey, these are the most popular according to votes that you Marvel, all vote could for. You please consider reprinting them? That's
exactly how my email sounds. Could you please consider reprinting these, please? So when these books come out, Melanie, when these reprints come out, where can people, if they live in Europe, pre-order these books from?
Yes, and then we'll get to Ion. You could check out
Walt's Comic
Walt's
Shop?
Comic Shop. No, I'm looking through the text.
Such a good segue.
I was looking through the text trying to find the segue. I'm sorry as ever born. If you live in Europe and are interested in buying and pre-ordering Omnis, then you should definitely check out Walt's Comic Shop in Berlin, Germany. And they have an actual physical store as well. And they've got flash shipping rates of 12 euros for all EU countries and bulletproof packaging. Please do not test it, though. You got your emails answered quickly. And if you use near mint condition at checkout, all one word, near mint condition, get free shipping for all EU countries with your first order of over 40 euros.
And that's what?
Walt's Comic Shop, your reliable source for Omnis and premium collected editions in Europe. Ting, ting, ting.
You can calm down with all them tings. And at this moment, I always want to remind people to smash that like button if you're watching this, please. It means a lot to us because it don't mean squat to YouTube. No, actually, it means a lot to YouTube, but yeah, they want to start making shorts, and I ain't doing shorts. Well, I am if I have to, and I have been, but yes, shorts.
Also,
I mean, smash that like button.
Before we get to the packs we got today, Ion87 saying Annihilation,
War of the Kings Saga,
Green Lantern by Johns, or Invincible. Rank the 3 from the different publishers. I'm trying to choose what to prioritize.
Wow. You mean like the whole saga? Oh man, you monster. Okay, I'm gonna go with Green Lantern by Geoff Johns, then Annihilation, War of the Kings, and then Invincible. There you go. That's my ranking. Bob's your uncle. I've used Walt's Comic Shop in Europe before, but Bugle and Books, etc. is where I get most of my Omnis. That's from Hibat.
The whole saga.
The whole saga. Yeah, then that's how I rank them.
And a stereotypical German accent? Me do Walt Bid? No, heck fire no. I would. Listen to me. I'm so country. Heck fire no.
What's a stereotypical German accent?
I don't even want to try.
Oh, please do. Let's get canceled. By the whole country of Germany.
Surprised you put John's.
Oh, dude, first. John's Green Lantern, man.
Wait, what was I supposed to go back and look for? Dang nabbit. So, okay.
You're in charge.
The Deadpool.
Oh yeah. See if what he's put his.
Let's see. I've read a little bit of Daniel Way's run and a good bit of the Dugan and Posehn run. I liked both. The one I'm reading, the early 90s Deadpool just finished Circle Chase. Yeah. I highly recommend Deadpool and Cable Omni then.
It's a good one.
Oh, it was fun. Yeah. And somebody else mentioned Liefeld and Nicieza is their favorite.
Yeah, Nicieza is where it's at. Liefeld's doing two new Deadpool projects at Marvel. It was just announced at San Diego Comic-Con. Dude, how are you? Newt Minties. It has been a minute.
So we have a package from Matt. And this is, he lives in San Francisco. I just talked to him yesterday. And just want to send this gift of appreciation for your show and all the excitement you both bring to this comic book community. So thank you. He went to Heroes Con in June and met Alan Davis.
So he got me something for Alan.
He was super cool and very nice. The Hondalorian and I both know you are a huge fan of Batman Year 2. As we
am.
So no. Bought a copy of Batman.
Oh my God.
$5.75. And got it signed by the legend himself. This copy is for your collection. Take care. Keep up the awesome work. Enjoy. That's going back right there.
Oh, baby. Look at Batman with the gun. Controversial. I love this story. Who watches the Watchmen ad down there? This is so awesome. Look how, dude.
Here.
Who can hate on Batman Year 2? Come on now. That's
I like
awesome.
The signature.
Yeah, I'm glad that he's doing
that was so sweet.
Dude, thank you so much. I love so edgy. He's got a gun. Love it. Yeah, McFarlane also did some of the issues in here because Alan Davis couldn't. No, Alan Davis actually. What happened?
True 6 out of 10.
Who said that? Who said that? It's freaking amazing. Dude. Year 2 today and forever, baby. That's right. Go to any other YouTube channel. They're gonna tell you Year 2 sucks. Has there ever been a YouTuber that likes Year 2 besides me? I love it, man.
That's so sweet.
That was really nice, man. That I love that story.
Let's see. What issue number is that? What was it? 570?
Oh, this is It's the first one. It's
575. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes,
Excuse me, I was
part
one off.
It's got a holster and everything. Great.
You're like, he's got a holster and everything.
He does have a holster.
Great. Let's see. Dan is saying that DC not doing the Chuck Dixon Nightwing run with an omnibus or two is still monumentally stupid. Hitman being left out in the cold.
You know, honestly, I think that stuff will come. I mean, for about 3 years ago, there was what was it? In the catalog, there was a Robin omnibus, but it was the Bill Willingham run, and then it was pulled. It wasn't officially solicited. And I was hoping, that could lead to a Chuck Dixon Robin omnibus. I'd be all over that too. But Willingham did get to work with Freddie Williams II, who I've always said is an underrated artist. Get a Miller bag for it. Omar.
Is it Mylar? Wait, isn't that what it's in? Isn't that Mylar?
Mylar.
Is it, or is that like, is it, I thought it is Mylar plastic?
Yeah. I don't CGC on this channel, but I may put this in a frame, which is the same thing as a CGC, and I'll give it a near mint condition CGC of 10 out of 6 detectives. 10 out of 6 detectives.
King Sport Cal, not everything's going to say, but you're going to be blocked. What are you saying? You saying whom?
You saying I'm year 2, brother? Nah, he's cool. Don't block him. Is everything I say? Wait.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Oh, dude, if it's
YouTube is
YouTube automatic. YouTube automatically blocks stuff.
Oh, okay. I was like, I'm not doing anything.
Do you remember when we did a contest on our channel and one of the answers was gold balls and YouTube blocked gold balls? You remember that?
Yes. It's better. It's better. Archival plastic.
I'm gonna tell you right now, though, baby. Let's go ahead and tell you and everybody else. Once we hit 90,000, we gotta have another giveaway because I got a lot of books to give away. I have been giving some. I need to get with Hamza. I did take a picture so Hamza can choose his omnibus. But I've been giving some away and I got some more. So 90,000, we'll do another giveaway. That doesn't look like.
We'll do it live.
Yes, we are going to do it live. Mylar is a form of polyester plastic that's completely inert, so it's useful. And look, Mark Zimmer knows what's up, man.
Thank you, and others as well. Thank you for explaining. Okay, look, it did block this. Now it looks like that chicken blue velvet today. What's blue velvet? Is that a good thing?
Good
Thank you. Okay.
I was thinking, like, has any collector ever put themselves in Mylar after they passed away? Like, if you're a true collector.
That Simpsons episode.
Wrap My Body.
And Xena Warrior Princess was in Mylar.
He was,
yeah. Okay.
What's up, man? Oh boy, here we go.
I suppose you could definitely tell the library is full of books as opposed to floppies because we're like, what's the difference between a Mylar and a regular bag?
I can't Mylar my Omnis, can I?
So, Doc Holliday, thank you so much.
Doc Holliday always gets me in trouble with his questions, though.
What are the top 5 copycat heroes between DC and Marvel? Hey, we talked about it last week a little bit.
Thanos and Darkseid.
And if you could choose between these 2 copycats, who would you keep and cancel? All right.
Oh, this is hard, dude.
You gotta use your fingers to make sure.
Like, okay, but then, like, okay, I'm not gonna say who came first or anything. So we're talking about like Namor and Aquaman, right? Well, if I had to choose between the 2, hook hand Aquaman with a beard, baby. Deadshot, no, not Deadshot. Oh gosh, it would have to be Deathstroke and Deadpool. Then I'd have to keep Fabian Niciez's Deadpool, Merc with a mouth. Now the hard one is Thanos and Darkseid. Oh, that's a tough one, man. Oh, Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet. That's still
Thanos, like you're keeping?
Yeah, I'm keeping Thanos. He says, which one would you keep and cancel?
Well, no,
so the other one I'm canceling.
You're saying, okay. So
all right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Some people say Moon Knight is a white Batman, even though Batman's white. But I have to go with Batman. I have to keep Batman, Got to keep him there. What's another one? Because then we would have to go to Squadron. I don't want to go easy with Squadron Supreme, though. That's just too on the nose. And I don't want to go with the Bizarro Justice League or the
Green Arrow versus Hawkeye.
Ooh. Oh man. I'm gonna go with Ollie. I gotta go with Ollie. That's a good one. I gotta go with Ollie.
No Varg's agreeing.
Yeah, I can't, man. I like Thanos. I knew I was gonna get some things.
Flash and Quicksilver.
Oh, Flash! Come on, who picks Quicksilver over Flash?
Swamp Thing and Man Thing.
That's hard, but I mean, it's Alan. Really? It's Alan Moore, but also
Swamp Thing made you cry.
No, Swamp Thing made me cry.
That's what I just said.
What'd I say?
Swamp Thing made you cry.
Oh, Man
So-
Thing.
No,
but Man
Swamp
Thing has a lot of heart too. It's Steve Gerber's masterpiece. Like, it's really good. And Inferno
All right,
Man,
next, Gorilla Man versus Kongorilla.
Kongorilla? Oh, I gotta go with Gorilla Man.
Okay, what about
See,
Power Princess Wonder Woman?
That's too on the nose, though. That's on
No,
purpose.
you gotta go quick. Come on.
Wonder Woman. Why would I
Alright,
keep
alright.
Power Princess?
Green Lantern versus Nova.
Wait, which Green Lantern? Am I getting rid of Guy Gardner?
Oh, well, okay, then pick one.
Okay, I'm gonna get rid of Gnort. I'll pick Nova.
Garfield
Oh,
versus
look, somebody did
Heathcliff.
put Alf versus Nort.
Garfield versus Heathcliff.
Oh, Heathcliff had a catchier song, but
Oh,
Garfield.
you love that Heathcliff song.
I love that. That bumps, man. That bumps. Garfield.
Garfield and Friends was an awesome song.
Garfield
The
hates
first one, not the
Mondays.
second one. So you said that one.
Yep. Oh,
Okay.
I'll
Wait.
keep Nort.
Constantine versus Doctor Strange.
Oh, dude, come on now, Constantine, dude, the 300.
Constantine.
Constantine. I'm sorry. The real Constantine though from Hellblazer, not the post.
Deathstroke versus Deadpool.
I have to keep Deadpool. Fabian.
Yeah.
Fabian.
Speedy Gonzalez versus the Flash. Over Flash.
Slowpoke
Captain
Rodriguez.
America and OMAC.
Captain America. This is great.
Okay, he said that was worth my $5 super chat.
Look what you started, man.
Okay.
Look what you started.
Wolverine and Dekin.
Goku or Superman?
Alfred and Jarvis. Oh.
Superman. I can't choose Goku. Now, if I had to choose between Trunks and Superboy, Trunks. Oh, future Trunks. You know, Kid Trunks for me.
Yes.
Too was cutting onions when I
Cutting
read
Onions, the
Silver Surfer. Dude, it was
Slot.
beautiful, wasn't it?
Nick Fury, John Sable.
Oh, John Sable's classic. The other Fury, though, because he had those Steranko issues. Those are great.
Bye. Omnibus.
Dude, be good, brother.
Wolverine, Darklaw.
What? No, Wolverine. Wolverine.
Oreos. What?
Like Hydro. Hold on, this is getting
Transformers and GoBots.
Oh,
Here's Mandalorian.
Transformers. What is wrong with you? Why would you even ask that, my brother?
Thunderbolt, Suicide Squad.
Oh, you're a monster, man. What is wrong with you people? That's the last one.
Okay.
I can't. This breaks my heart too much because I love the Thunderbolts, but I also love Suicide. John Ostrander's Suicide Squad is tops, but the twist, the Thunderbolts. Oh, man, this hurts. I can't. Oh.
Oreos is a ripoff of Hydrox. Okay, gotcha. Thanks.
Why
Big one,
couldn't
baby. We got super chat. Big one.
why couldn't you all ask me something easier like spam or treat? Like that could have done that. Fantower Orange Crush. Like, come on, man. Y'all ask hard questions. Thunderbolts are. I take this too serious. Suicides. God. Dang it. Suicide Squad.
Okay, final answer. Sorry.
Doc Holliday always
There's
gets me in
so many
trouble.
good ones in the chat.
Try this on
All
for
right.
size.
John, thank you for the super chat. Here's his. Lee and Kirby's Fantastic Four. How much, if any, did Lee take credit for Kirby's idea?
Is there? You want a percentage? Why would you ask me this? Okay. Here's the thing, though. I know that there's some people, I'm not gonna say a lot of people, that of course think that's Stanley's a thief, that he took a lot of credit. I'm gonna just say
I'm
things.
gonna be right back.
Of course, you leave me on this tough question.
I gotta eat something. I'm
Okay,
busy.
baby, go eat something. But to be fair, and this is just me, and what I know, I met Stanley, twice in my life. I never got to know him, so I don't know. I never met Jack Kirby. And I don't know the stories that really happened back then. All we hear is hearsay, right? And I know this is not the case of Bob Kane and Bill Finger. Because Stan Lee, if you read any of his introductions, always states that this is a group project. We did this together. We, this isn't just me. Jack did this, or Steve did this. So, but here's the thing we have to remember too, is that we weren't there at that time. And Steve Ditko only has 3 pictures of himself out there. And Jack Kirby wasn't the showman that Stan was. Whenever you have a group effort thing, you're always going to have one person that stands out. Doesn't take all the credit. No, you do have some people like that. But I understand where people are coming from, when they say, well, Stan took all the credit for this, but I don't think I've ever seen that from any introduction that he's ever done. He always gives love to these other creators, like, and especially it's hard to answer this question without things being taken out of context. I understand where people are coming from, but I don't think it's a case of the Bill Finger and Bob Kane, and I'm sure a lot of people bring in the argument of like, well, Stan was the face of the MCU or Marvel Comics, and that's why he's in the MCU. Well, Jack's been dead since the mid 90s, and Steve Ditko, like I said, wasn't an extrovert. Even if Steve Ditko was alive, he was alive during those. He didn't want any kind of cameo in those movies. That's just who he was, right? And like I said, I've never read an introduction by Stan Lee that he's like, well, back in the 60s when I came up with the story by myself. It's never like that. It's Jack and I, Steve and I, and that's just me. That's my 2 cents. So that's all I will say about that. And I also wasn't there to see how this all really played out. Okay. Lee brought out the best out of Jack Kirby as an artist. I think it was definitely a group effort, especially the general audience normies thinking Stan did everything. I think that's a lot of misconception because there are a lot of people that love to spread negativity out there. Seriously, I haven't seen the Stan Lee documentary yet, so I don't know what, how that. The documentary did a very bad job crediting Kirby. Well, yeah. I don't care if you never leave the house, you still need to be paid. Oh, right. And some people like Alan Moore don't even want any kind of payment. Stan Lee was a salesman, so he was at the forefront, and they needed that, right? Because if you think of Stan Lee as Marvel Comics, who do you think of as DC Comics? And I'm not talking about a character. I'm talking about Stan's counterpart at DC Comics. Who would you say? Who was added as in the movies, right? So he was doing things right. Alien vs. Predator. Wait, that happened. Who's the worst writer on Wolverine? I have my answers. Read bad things about Way, Larson, Thierry's run. I liked Miller. I'm not a fan of Miller's run. Me and Chris Claremont agree on that with John Romita Jr., and that seems to get a lot of flack. Yeah, Julie Schwartz, I would think, but does anybody these days even know what Julie Schwartz looks like? Like, who would you? It's just different, right? Stan came at it from he knew what the fans wanted. So, yeah, Dan Didio, maybe? I should have asked Dan that. This is an excellent question, though. Is Wally West getting a volume 2 on me because the trade paperbacks are out and rare? That is the question, right? I don't know. I'm thinking so.
Okay.
Chris Claremont, worst writer for God Loves Man Kills. Josh, you need some punctuation and learn to spell the man's name right if you're going to say things like that. Dan Didio, of course. We're going to put Dan Didio like, well, Dan was a showman, right? And in my interview with him, he tells you that companies need that. DC closest counterpart, but even he doesn't come close. Not to the status of what Stan made it.
Oh, Pablo misses your beard.
You miss my beard? Okay. It'll grow back.
They will continue the Spectacular Spider-Man series in Omni format?
Absolutely.
After the Roger Stern Omni?
Oh, no. No. I think they will double dip. I think volume 2 will come out. And people are going to be like, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you now, just like I've been saying for a long time, it's going to double dip. It's going to double dip into the Roger Stern Omnibus. So just be prepared for that. Don't be shocked, I guess, when that's announced.
So James actually did want to answer this.
That is a good question.
We had the super chat from John. Always Ryoko. If it's the love triangle anime, I pick the girl that is louder.
I think I got loud.
Not Ray. Ryoko, not wait.
Mihoshi's the blonde.
It is Mihoshi, not well. Regardless, no, Mihoshi kind of got on my nerves
because she was Ryoko, a dumb blonde.
Well, yeah, she was supposed to be that stereotype. Do you know what the future of Krakoa's OHCs are?
Outside of Wolverine 3 and X-Force 3, no. That's all I know.
We'll go all the way. Cruel Angel is Cruel Angel, like Cruel Angel's thesis. Like you agree, like because you like Evangelion and you like Asuka better too, then right? Maybe. You finally made money on. I finally made money. Can't read. Go.
Wow. This is from the Brave and the Boys who have a YouTube channel. Omar, I finally made money on YouTube. Congratulations.
Good
Welcome
job.
to the 75-cent club. YouTube treating their creators properly. Hey, by the way, hold on. To the Brave and the Boys.
Oh.
Really quick. Hey man, good on you for keep on doing it. I mean, you don't do it for the money. Keep on doing it. Like I said, I always tell people, like, it took 3 years for me. I think you've been doing it full time or doing it consistently, right? For about 2 years now. It took 3 years before I got the very first positive YouTube like monetization, which was $1.17. They don't, and by the way, you don't even get paid till you get to 100. I just did it because I loved it. I love talking about these things, and it was really nice to keep coming back and people wanting to talk to me. Doc Holiday, thank you for the super chat. Is Phantom Stranger Omnibus still on schedule? Still on target, baby. Still on target. Still on target. That's an easier question to answer.
Let's see. John says it only gives us questions because you're evil. He's evil.
Genuinely
interested in your opinion.
That's just my opinion. My opinion. All these questions are.
Let's see. I hope that Krakoa ends with Xavier waking up from a nap before he tells Beast off for putting magic mushrooms in his cups of tea. The Krakoa song.
Dude, that would be the most dissatisfying ending. But then again, I say that about all X-Men. That's the loophole, though, right? They can go back. Whenever you have 10 lives of a character, they're like, wait, what if that wasn't the 10th, but really the 13th? Oh,
what's your upcoming schedule? I believe you said it earlier. Maybe,
no,
or kind
I didn't. So tomorrow is I'm still debating on when to put the release videos from Marvel. So maybe Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, or maybe Sunday, maybe Tuesday. I'll see. Tomorrow is my haul for June and July, but really it's May, June, and July. I haven't done a haul video since April. Monday is the Captain America by Ta-Nehisi Coates Omnibus overview and the first look at the Avengers Volume 2. Tuesday is the Marvel trades. Wednesday is the first look at the X-Men Remasterworks Volume 1. Thursday is the live stream with the Marvel solicitations for November. I'll be joined by a panel of wonderful YouTube creators. And also Friday is the upcoming collected editions. And somewhere in there, I'm sure DC's going to go, hey, go ahead and release the solicitations that's been leaked everywhere. But I got to wait for their go ahead. So,
the Brave and the Boys. Let me go back up. Shit. Oh, come on now. There we go. Same. It was just a rewarding moment to get a few dollars. Definitely. I do it because I love it.
I think most content creators, like, there's content creators that get lucky, that get a viral video and they live off of that. And they make a video a month and that's wonderful. And then there's content creators that do it because they love doing it and they hustle doing it. It's there, man.
So apparently I just saw Arjune's been copy and pasting this. I swear it's the first time I've seen it. Do you think we will ever get a JLA by Mark Waid Omni or just the Tower of Babel Deluxe?
I would love a Mark Waid Omni. I would love a Joe Kelly Omni, but I don't know what's going on over there. Oh, Sins of Sinister, but that one's already been solicited, right? That one's already coming out, or people knew about it.
Jeff, thank you for the super chat. Little Washu rocks. Love the rubber glove scene. Call me Little Washu.
Oh my gosh.
That was kind of good.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
I was a Ayaka. I always like Ayaka. Loud, obnoxious, and thinks she's a princess. I definitely have a type.
She didn't even catch that. I was ignoring you. I messaged you. Someone's pretending to be you with your logo and everything to scam people for money with supposed giveaways.
Thank you. You did? I'll ask Taylor. He's been handling that. Oh, go to Graham. But thank you so much. In case that ever happens, I never ask people for money when I do giveaways. I think most people that watch my channel know that. So yes, if I ever reach out to you and say something like, hey, you want a free book, send me payment over here. I pay for shipping.
That's annoying.
So don't fall for that. Dude, Graham,
Howdy,
how happy
Graham.
were you about Captain America Volume 1? Were you happy about that, my brother? Good afternoon, Omni. Omar, I was reading the Captain America Britain Omnibus and was wondering if that stuff would be collected in epic format. No, I haven't heard of that. But I mean, we are getting Miracle Man, so anything's possible.
Anything. And Kingsport Cow, thank you for
What's
the
up, brother?
super chat.
I have a no
Okay,
pal
bye.
prickly pear cactus patch in my yard. I like the fruit. Just pruned it today. Weeds, fruit bears in fall. Do y'all got any plants, Melanie?
That's really cool. I've tried in the past and I'm just not good at it, and I don't understand why I'm not good at it. How can you mess up gardening? I don't do it very well. And it's not for lack of trying. So good for you. No. I mean, there are plants outside, and I love seeing other people's plants, and I would love to someday. I'll try again. I feel the same way with cooking. Like I try, and I just don't do that good. And it's like, no matter how hard I try, I'm just not doing that good. So it kind of gets like, I feel defeated.
What?
Wow, you weren't expecting that deep of an answer, were you? But seriously, that's really cool. Like I've never heard of that. The prickly pear. No Paul? Which one, baby?
Let's do a couple. Let's do What Do Tigers? Because that one
Okay.
is this a poem?
What do tigers dream of when they take a little tiger snooze?
Is
Is
this
it Calvin and Hobbes?
It sounds like a Calvin and Hobbes
Dude,
thing.
Bart was asking like minutes ago, what's the comic where Calvin and Hobbes grow up? Or maybe it's like Calvin and Hobbes like characters grow up and they're detectives.
Game of
Oh,
Thrones.
there's no way I could find the,
Don't know.
the comment. Shoot.
Do you think DC reprinted the Batman Loeb Omni? They would add the Long Halloween special as Cell's last work. I would hope so. Possibility on getting Kate Ewing, Guardians, and Kate Grumbeck Thor Omnis. What about Aaron's Avengers run? That was a big one. Won't ask about Krakoa Omnis. I'm sure we'll get an Aaron Avengers Omnibus. I don't know about Kate's Kate's Thor or Hulk work though. I don't know if that stuff will come out. Ewing, I would love to see in omnibus format.
Mr. Tex, I even got a stupid air fryer, and then the stuff I put in, I'm like, this isn't that good. That is awesome. I think I remember you saying
You
that.
did.
Cook for 18
You said that before. That's
years.
awesome.
Yeah, because you've talked about food before.
How caught up am I on X-Men? I am still a little behind. I guess 5 months behind. Whenever I get the trades, I read them.
Spinning Riot's asking if you had to pick between Batman and Spider-Man, which one would you pick? Spider-Man,
Like in a-
because that's the first one that I read.
like in what? Like a nude oil wrestling contest?
Oh yeah, you got to be specific. All right, make up your own question. What?
I'm gonna go for nude oil wrestling, and I would choose Batman. He's got it. Although Spider-Man being that small and limber could come in handy when you're being oiled up.
She's asking, where does the new Peter J. Tomasi Batman Omni fit in the reading order?
The new Peter Tomasi, the Batman and Robin. That's in. That's during the. It's a weird one because it's right before New 52 and right after New 52. So really, right around Batman by Morrison Volume 2. Hope that answers.
New Hellfire Gala is dropping next week, I think. Supposed to be a game changer again.
But that was the reason why they do it, right? Game changers.
Oh, I like people are talking about toaster. The oven is better. Yes, it is Tapsy Logic, and also New Sweet Channel that you haven't even used yours. So what's your worst Wolvie writer? Was it Miller?
No,
I thought it was
Daniel Way.
Yeah. And
I'm not a fan of Miller's run, but it's miles better than what Daniel Way did in any 50 issues of Wolverine Origin.
Did you see Jim Lee say that James Gunn pushing the comics related to the films in his upcoming slate has seen an increase in sales? It's long infuriated me that Feige, is that how you say his name?
Feige. Mm-hmm.
Okay, has never done the same.
I know. I get so weird. Like Gunn putting at the end, like adding the you can check out these stories at the end of the Flash trailer was a pure genius move. Why can't companies do that? Why do I have to wait for the credits to roll to say, and I mean at the end of the credits to say these stories were inspired by these people's stories, and like that just doesn't make any sense to me, because there is such a thing as corporate synergy. I remember not to get into details, but talking to David about when movies are announced, certain omnis do better, and that's why they release them around that time. It's just corporate synergy, right? But the crazy part is the studios don't even let Marvel know about these things ahead of time, so they kind of have to guess what's coming out. I'm sorry, the Tomasi Omnibus coming out this month. That one is right after his Detective Comics run. So if you have these in just Omnibus format, that happens after his Detective run, because there is not
many people in the chat were saying.
Yeah,
wait, that's not what it meant.
Okay, there's nothing afterwards, is what I'm saying.
He said, "Bro, I mean Detective Comics."
You call me bro and bro at the same sentence? I feel flattered. Thank you.
Let's see. Matt, thank you for the super chat. What do you call spaghetti?
I'm glad you're reading this.
Wait, what? What do you call spaghetti that does it for money? I can't say it. Pasta tutti. A family friend just passed, and that was his last dad joke I heard him tell. Oh, wow. Well, that turned around definitely didn't.
Well, I'm sorry, man, that you lost a family friend.
Thank you for sharing it. Did I say it right? Pasta tutti. There you go. Golly, that was like, took me a minute to try to say it. Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry, I just I'm sorry for your loss.
Yeah, the Batman did that box set book.
Geez, Omar, it looks like you've just been born.
Thank you. I hope not. That would have really hurt my mother. Here, let's go over here.
Okay, what's this one?
I love Spider-Man, but after reading all these omnis, they fall far too often into the struggle within stories. That's why I like Michelinie's run. He was having fun. Well, I feel the same way with a lot of these characters, right? Like even Captain America. I was reading Ta-Nehisi Coates, and it always falls into the man out of time storyline that everybody does. And I mean, everybody. Rick Remender tries, and then he falls back into it. Nick Spencer. Ed Brubaker even did. Mark Grunwald. And I guess there's nothing wrong with it, like coming back to the basics. There's my buddy. What's up, Hunter, owner of Sentinel Comics? How are you doing, brother? Hope you're gonna be at Baltimore Comic Con, because I'm gonna be there. And I guess, with great powers comes great responsibilities, always there. And there's all these tropey things that always come back to these. But even Michelinie did that too later on in his run. So yeah, thank you for that, Matt. Thank you for explaining the joke.
Do you know anything of the Ditko family releasing Mr. A traits or omnis?
I don't. That would probably be a Kickstarter and handled by whoever owns the copyrights now, either the estate or somebody else.
The Wonder Woman gift remind me, how has Rekka Omni not happened?
I know. Both like before New 52 or before Infinite Crisis, and then during the Rebirth era.
This would be amazing. Just a full Omni of the X-Men just chilling. Think Uncanny X-Men 308, but 1,000 pages.
I didn't like Lobdell. He wasn't one of my favorite. I'd take a Claremont. Wow. X-Men day at the beach, day at the ballpark, day playing basketball. And then all hell breaks loose at the end when the Sentinels come crashing and it says to be continued in Omnibus Volume 2. I take that. What's up, Matthew? Dude, Matthew, I did not email you back. I saw your Makoto drawing from Street Fighter 3. That's one of my favorite characters.
The Street Fighter van's outside again today, Omar. Go ahead.
What did you just say?
The Street Fighter van. It's a van.
Like with a bunch of dudes in there.
With Ken and Ryu big on the side, and it says Street Fighter in the back, and it's got a little hood. Is that got the air coming in for the vent?
I gotta go and force myself on people because I gotta find out who those cats are. But happy Saturday to you, my brother. And your art just keeps getting so good, man. So good.
I just want to see a Spider-Man writer that just has things going his way. I think they need to add a real new love interest now, since they're just moving away from MJ at this point. I'm tired of my boy Spidey depressed all the time and only doing what he does to grief the death of his uncle. That's a good point about balancing it out, like to have not just depression all the time, right?
I think that's why a lot of us really like Superior Spider-Man, because it was just about having fun.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it was Doc Ock trying to learn to be a good guy and
Yeah,
having a hard time.
Okay, well, it was a fun story, but that wasn't Peter
But,
Parker
but-
trying to have fun.
Well, Peter Parker's the Jiminy Cricket to Doc Ock. Like, don't be
Oh,
killing
is
that
he
guy.
okay?
Don't
I do. I want to read it
this.
because I started flipping through it and I just started reading it.
Don't do that.
Accidentally. What am I meant to just flip through and then I started reading and I was like, oh, this is good. Thank you for the advice about growing herbs. So, is it like cilantro, and I've thought that before. Like, don't buy cilantro every week at the grocery. Just grow some. Yeah, that's a good point. Thank you. Let's see. Let's go down to Jeff. Thank you for the super chat. What haven't I used? I think I've used this one. Yeah, I think Herms Press has some Ditko licenses.
Do they? That'd be great. I'd love to see that because it is kind of scattered about where these licenses lie. Let's see where Slot's new Superior Spider-Man run goes. Yeah, I heard that Spider-Man is going to be switched over to Superior Spider-Man. A lot of news coming out of San Diego Comic-Con. It's really weird to see comic book news coming out of San Diego Comic-Con as opposed to like new movies and new TV shows, which is good. Getting back to the basics, baby.
Well, Katie, what you going to do for your birthday? You're going to turn 17.
Happy birthday, my brother.
When is your birthday?
Kate, did I send you some books in the past? Didn't I have to get permission from your dad to send you books? Can't remember if that was you or not. I guess you could lie to me now. Apparently, I like sending books to 17-year-olds.
Nope, he's not 17 yet. What is the best work done by David Finch? I hear his name, but don't know his work outside training. Jason
Fabok. Fabok. I like Aphrodite. That was my favorite thing he did. He also did what was his first series? Was it Archangel? It was over at Top Cow. He's probably known for his Batman stuff. He does a solid Batman. A lot of people got to know his name. His name really blew up in the pages of Moon Knight and Avengers. His Moon Knight's solid. He has a hard time drawing dudes sitting and talking over coffee and donuts. And you could see him struggling a little bit with some of the Bendis script because it's literally Captain America and
like how to make it
Iron Man. Like, yeah, he's a dynamic artist, right? So when it comes to dudes just sitting there and talking for a few pages, and I mean a few pages, you can see him kind of struggling. But he's stellar. He's a great artist.
You did send Kate and stuff. And
I did. Happy birthday, buddy.
Let's see. Omar Films is saying, happy Saturday. What needs to happen in order for a Marvel DC Omnibus to happen? If the Turtles can do it, so can Spider-Man.
Lawyers from both sides have to come together and agree to terms, which is, how lawyers love getting together and agreeing on things, huh? That's what needs to happen.
Tapsy Logic, the other day, I was driving and I won a motorcycle and I was like thinking about buying a motorcycle and then just going through a whole bunch of back and forth about buying a motorcycle. And then I thought of Golden Boy.
Wow.
And the Vimo baby.
That's how your that's how your brain works, huh?
I swear I thought of
Okay.
it because I was like, what type of bike?
I love Golden Boy.
I'm assuming that's what you mean.
How do you read Teen Titans post-crisis? Honestly,
SS Austin, thank you for the super chat. You get Alf.
So this are you talking about the original Crisis? Because New Teen Titans really weren't affected by original Crisis on Infinite Earths because they were still sort of the new kids on the block, even though they introduced the Monitor. If you're talking about Infinite Crisis, then Geoff Johns, the 1 year later arc with the East Side or the East Coast young Teen Titans, that's such a good storyline. But yeah, definitely Judas Contract. Any of those stories, you do well to read, man. I want a Marvel DC fighting game just for the comics. Oh, I would be all over that. That would be cool.
What's an MSF course?
Mind, Science, Family. I can't say what I want to say because it's not the AMA. What's up, Rick? Thank you for the super chat, brother. I really want a Star Wars Legacy Omni. Yes, there's hopes of that. That was my last Dark Horse Star Wars Omni I really want. It's amazing that all of the aliens from Dark Horse is in this omnibus. I'm sure that will come. I know, they'll sell well, and now they're going through the Dark Horse era, and there's a lot of omnis to collect. So There's my dude.
Yep, that's what I was about to click
Dude,
on.
I emailed you a couple times and I was starting to get
so yes, thank you for
worried about
chiming
you,
in the chat. I got 2 boxes for you, one for Melanie girls and the other for Omar. Even got some Peruvian chocolate for you.
Whoa.
Oh, thank you.
What's up?
Is glad you're doing okay.
Was that code for something? That shouldn't be mailed. I'm just kidding, man. I'm just glad you're here, dude. Missed you, man.
Thank you. Man, everybody say what
mansplain females. I like that.
Master of Science in Finance, meat soda fries. Okay, Austin was saying, should I start with Perez or John's Teen Titans run?
Oh, no. Go to Perez. And if it's
doesn't matter. Okay.
If it's too dialogue heavy, then move. If you like more modern comics, go with Geoff Johns' run. You won't be disappointed either way. They're both phenomenal.
Marvel still has to even reprint any of the Dark Horse Clone Wars material in Omni format.
Yeah. 2 years ago I was asked about something, and so that one will be in the works just sometime.
Thank you.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, there you go. It's a motorcycle beginner course. You can start driving a motorcycle straight afterwards. Thank you. I go back and forth because my dad had a Harley and it was so much fun, but he had a wreck when he was pretty young.
Yeah, messed up his knee.
And messed up his knee for the rest of his life. And I don't want that to happen to me. So whenever I want a motorcycle, I'm like, I don't want that to happen. So, man, he had 92 Electric Glide. And it was blue, and he put somehow he got a piece of stained glass. He put it on top of the gas tank right here, and it had a big G for our last name, and it was really cool. And he always wore a helmet. And somebody, remember that story? Somebody was like, called him the P word for wearing a helmet
and not patriot.
And what did he say?
The guy was sitting at the tattoo shop going, real biker doesn't wear a helmet. So your dad, being the badass that he was like, oh yeah, which one's your bike? And the guy just shut up. Your dad was a big guy too. He didn't mess with Glenn, man.
Oh man. I know. Do you do gaming stuff? We love video games. We don't like.
Yeah, we used to. We do on our other channel, Near Mint Collective, that I do with my friends. But I would love to have more time to talk about more video games. But unless it's like a video game comic like Street Fighter, probably not.
Yeah. Let's see. 2 wanted collected editions that will probably never happen.
Metamorpho
run and Hot Wheels.
Hot Wheels. Dana, I've never heard anybody wanting a Hot Wheels collection. That's awesome.
Okay, let's see. With Bar watching Barbie, I will try this for her. That's true. She's watching today. Hardcover Melanie, the future wife of Will Dafoe. Oh, the leader of the House of Asuka, and the icing on the unstoppable bar dessert. What are you reading? Thanks, James. Thank you.
That's pretty good, James.
Yeah, I'm rereading One Piece. I'm on volume just 4. And I haven't read a lot this week. Like I said, I've got Superman Space Age next to my bed, but I haven't felt like reading when I went to bed this week. So yeah, that's it. Not a lot this week. Josh wants the Hot Wheels, aka Alex Toth.
Oh, okay, got you.
There's a Metamorpho.
There is a Metamorpho showcase. I used to have that one. And the showcases were, you can click on Larry. Larry, how are you, buddy? Showcases were the black and white reprints, kind of like the Marvel Essentials. Omar, what do you know about Corey S. leaving the Conan Titan Omni? Well, I couldn't say anything, but if you watch my announcement of Volume 9 and the details, it was a new editorial team. And that's all I can legally say. I'm going to miss Corey. I love his work. I'm a big fan of his stuff. And him leaving the Conan book, he left professionally and also stated that it's in good hands because they do want to give it the time and love that it needs. It just needs a lot of time and restoration to make it, to hold it up to what Corey sees as, you got to have a reputation when you're part of this editing restoration team. So I get it.
Jessica didn't know there was a Baltimore Comic Con.
Yeah, it's huge, Jessica.
Doing an event or just visiting?
We're just visiting. So anybody that's going, let me know. My buddy Jess doesn't know, but I'm staying with him. I'm gonna crash his show just to let him know I'm staying with him.
But you're doing the AMA.
I'm surprised Sea of Red hasn't either, but I'm sure it will. It's it's a big
it
seller.
hasn't gotten the deluxe treatment.
I'm sure it will.
I'd love to see an Absolute Justice reprint. There is one at one of our local HPBs, but it is beat the heck and back, and they still want top dollar.
Yeah, half price books are so weird. Sometimes they miss things, and sometimes you don't. Cute Duck, what are you asking? How much money I got? Not enough. Can always use some more, especially with a family. Someone needs to revive the Monsters in My Pocket toy brand.
I remember
so they
those.
get the little known 4-issue miniseries by Dwayne McDuffie. That's right. Wrote for Harvey Comics back into print.
Super Laughheart says, I got you the third and final Kingdom book by Dan Abnett, even though I know
I don't have to. Well, thank you, my brother.
Well,
thank you, my brother.
Night Terrors thoughts? What? Oh, is that a comic? Night Terrors?
Yeah. Hold on. There was another comment I wanted to see. What was it? Omar, you know I had to. When are we getting Amazing? There it is. Amazing Spider-Man 6. How is Black Cat's first appearance not in omnibus format? I really don't know. I'm sure it will. When was the release of 5? It's usually 3 years. You know what I'm gonna do, man? I'm gonna make a video of a timeline. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get with my dude that loves to edit. I'm gonna see if he can put it together. I'm gonna timeline of these books because I think that's what people want to see. So you and everybody that's new to the hobby, not that you're new, has a better understanding of release dates. Super give hard.
Night Terrors.
That's his adult.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts on Night Terrors?
I would be all over it. I haven't been reading it though. Besides the comic of Ed Brubaker, what's your favorite comic noir comic? Black Sad. If you've not read Black Sad, it's amazing. Miss Tree's another really good one too.
What was the hype like when Marvel vs. DC was first announced back in the day? And did people love it, or was it seen as a disappointment?
Well, there was very little internet. It was my friends and I, local comic book store. I want to say it was either Comic Buyer's Guide or Wizard Magazine broke the news, and we lost our minds. Dude, it was crazy. Like Marvel versus DC, which had been done in the 80s, right? We've seen some in the 70s and 80s. But an actual event, and then when they said you get to vote for the winners, and I was like, well, there's no way Wolverine is gonna beat Lobo. That's not happening. Or Lobo beating Wolverine, even though it should have been Lobo that won, just because of his powers. But you know what I'm saying? It was Viva Peru carajo. That's right, my brother.
Yeah, you can't talk about it without putting in your opinion.
Yeah,
be like, no, that is such a what?
But Daredevil Volume 2 and 3 were like a year apart. True. But Daredevil also had a movie. Remember when I talked about the whole company, the corporate synergy that they have? That's one of the reasons. And honestly, they had just released Volume 2 in the hopes that it would sell, and it sold well enough. I mean, we know it's coming, and it's just sometimes they wait on Marvel Masterworks to have better scans and reproduction. So it'll be here, and then people will be asking me about Volume 7, and then on to the next book, which has been wonderful. Wizard Magazine was all the hype, man. My buddy Lars that joins me for the solicitation videos used to work for Wizard Magazine.
I wish SDCC becoming more comic centric would trickle down to all the smaller cons.
That's why we loved Heroes Cons. Like HeroCon was our favorite convention, like one of our favorite conventions. It was amazing. Omar, are we ever gonna DD? Oh, we ever gonna get Daredevil by Anderson T?
No, you ever gonna Dance Dance Revolution?
That's not what that DD meant to me. We ever gonna get Daredevil by Anderson T or Brian Michael Bendis reprints? Maybe one day. I'm sure one day we will. Amazing Spider-Man Volume 5 wasn't that the highest selling pre-order ever for Marvel at the time or something like that? It came out 2 years ago and no Volume 6 announcement yet. Insanity. Like I said, it used to be 3 years in between these big books. But some of us remember 8 years in between big books too. So we're living in better times, but still not fast enough. And I get it. You know, we're getting older and we want to see this stuff collected. And before I go any further, One of my favorite people I used to talk to, John Wilson, who was a fan of the show, loved Melanie, passed away unexpectedly. And I didn't know while we were on vacation, and I found out through Facebook, because I don't really Facebook enough, saw that his sister left a beautiful tribute to him. John was a good dude. John, like, was watching my show when it was panel videos with my friends, and said, man, you're really good at this. You should be doing this full time. Because when I lost my job, he lost his job around the same time. We kind of bonded over that. So we met at the Omnibus Collectors group. It was a Facebook group, or is a Facebook group. I'm sorry. I'm just not as active as I used to be on there because I'm doing this. And yeah, man, I'm going to miss him. He was a good dude. He was a solid dude. He started his own channel about stamp collecting. I messaged him. I'm like, dang, man, you're going to make me spend money on stamps, because I used to collect stamps too when I was a kid. Because, you know, when you grow up poor, you collect whatever you can if collecting's in your blood, and stamps were all over the place. But yeah, he was a big fan of the channel, and it sucks. He was too young. So rest in peace, brother. Love you, man.
Thank you, baby.
Sure.
Let's see. And people were giving condolences. How about a Marvel Omnibus collecting all the Worlds, Kill Raven stuff from all eras?
Licensing. But sure. That would be cool, man. That would be cool.
Yeah, so thank you all for your condolences.
And Kingsport Cal saying something true. Like that's what the internet is supposed to do, connect people. That's what these things bring us together, and then there's a deeper connection, with some people that you start talking about other things, right? It ain't about like, oh, I disagree with your take on this, or no, like, which you see a lot of, but there are some deep connections to be made, and I feel like that's what, I know I'm naive, but I thought that's what the internet was supposed to do, was bring us all together. But people just love arguing. But there are some good people out there, man.
Do you still have your stamp collection?
No,
I
do have some that super laugh hard.
Yeah,
and Patchwork
cool
sent
stamps.
me, baby. I got the Transformer one up there, and what was the other? The Marvel one, the X-Men one. They both sent my way from the UK. Thank you, guys.
Let's see. Let me go back up.
Sure.
To another question. The
Amazing Spider-Man Volume 10.
Okay.
Oh, you're jumping the gun. I see what you're doing. That would be actually what we're. No, hold on. Let me see. 6. Oh gosh, hold on. 6, 7, 8. No, that would be around the Eric Larson era. You doing some major double dipping. Good. What's up, Tyler? How are you, buddy?
Earlier.
Long time no see. Hope Japan was amazing. It was really cool. Can't wait to go back. You think DC will ever finish out the trades of Geoff Johns in Teen Titans? Last volume was 3. Yes. If Young Justice gives us any hope, they will finish out those trades.
When is Amazing Spider-Man Volume 1 being reprinted? I know I missed it last year.
Oh, is it out of print again? Oh, I'm sure that will come back.
I'm unclear about the Titan Conan Omni reprints. Are they not going to at least be identical to the previous Marvel printings?
What they can. If you watch my video of the first one, my first video announcing the Titan Omnis, they can't reprint some of the backstories that don't have Conan in there, that were exclusive to Marvel. So it won't be like page by page identical. They are going to have, for the first time outside of Marvel Comics, an actual full cover. They don't have to change anything up. And they're also going to have the letter pages in there. So it's really, really close, like 99% identical.
Let's see. I'm hoping San Diego announces more news about Batman Beyond, Spider-Man 2099, Gargoyles, Power Rangers, and other stuff that interests me, along with news other peeps are interested in too. Just hopped in, so I'm not sure if it's been asked, but any idea on if or when Ultimate Spider-Man Volume 4 will be out?
No. When I made my announcement of Death of Spider-Man, a little background story, I was I talked about how, maybe you should take this time to change it to Ultimate Spider-Man Volume 5. And we went back and forth for a while. It wasn't like, oh, no. It wasn't a straight no. They thought about it. But then at the end, about a week later, they said, wait, it's an event omnibus. Volume 5 will be mapped differently. I had no idea that Tony Bennett passed away. Passed away yesterday.
Jack Perry, thank you for the super chat for that. I'm not going to put a GIF because there's no GIF that's like that would match.
Unless you got a Tony Bennett GIF.
But, yeah, rest in peace. Titans, Conan, Omnis are also receiving new recolors, correct?
They're supposed to be getting remasters. Mm-hmm. But the stuff that Corey did, that should be the same files.
I just started Batman Snyder Omni Volume 1. I'm blown away. Court of Owls storyline is so amazing. Excited to read the rest. Awesome.
Keep on trucking. Ups and downs, man. Some really great stuff, and then some stuff that was okay. But really good. I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Hope we get Simpsons or Futurama Omni one day. Looking forward to the new Futurama series on Monday. What? Like a comic? Show?
Show?
What? What?
Roger asking straight up, where's that Fantastic Four Volume 5? I haven't heard yet. DC just posted an official announcement for Watchmen and Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths animated shows. Oh, they're animated shows. I wish DC would make a League of Extraordinary Gentlemen animated show.
For at least the first 3 books. I'm looking forward to Treehouse of Horror Volume 2. Same. If you could get one Lobo run into an Omni, what would it be?
The Simon Bisley run. Bisley. How would you pronounce that? He's from
I don't know.
Overseas.
SS Austin just finished Dark Victory. Do you know what I should read next? The Robin and Batgirl Year 1 aren't in stock.
Read Dark Victory, which is that retcons year 3. Oh man, what's in stock now? Because I would say Chuck Dixon's run on Nightwing is a solid, or his run on Robin. Year 1 is not there. Yeah, those are all out of print right now. Wait, no, Year 1 has come back in trade paperback. Bisley? Thank you. Omar, you see that Studio Series 86 Ultra Magnus? Gosh dang it, no, Chris. Even though Chris is using Ultra Magnus as his avatar, that's awesome. I didn't see that.
Plus is waiting on Optimus Prime.
Dude, I love those Studio Series. And I know like people are griping about what's his name? Oh my gosh, the ambulance. Ratchet. Like how he can't have the cross because that all has to do with the Geneva Convention and licensing. So they have to put an Autobot symbol on his arm. People are like, I can't believe it's not accurate to the cartoon. I'm like, well, yeah, because they would have to pay an extra license for that. Futurama new series, July 24th on Hulu, Disney Plus outside of the U.S. Thank you for that.
It's a good question. Why does the Carl Barks library start with 4? Is it like how Marvel does epics?
They started with Christmas on Bear Mountain, which is the first appearance of Scrooge McDuck. So what their idea was, okay, we'll do a duck collection by Carl Barks that features Scrooge. And since I think it's volume 14 or 15 where Scrooge first appears. So we have a whole block of just Donald stories, and then we don't get to the main part of Scrooge until volume 14 or 15. So they wanted to jump back and forth, but they hadn't done an early volume in years. And then we're finally getting a volume. I thought it was getting volume 4 this year. Maybe it's volume 3. So that's why. That was the idea.
Did you see how the Vinland Saga Deluxe Editions looks? What do you think? Should I wait or get the 2-in-1 hardbacks?
They're beautiful. I'm going to be upgrading because I'm an idiot. So you do whatever you need to do, Radu. If you haven't gotten them, wait for those editions. I think they're 3-in-1, so they're big. They're like the Berserk. Yes, those are trade paperback blahs.
Troop Builder 4-pack is almost enough to be picking up Transformers again, Purple Seeker, Quintesson Soldier, Auto Trooper, and G2
Cybertronian. Yeah, the 4-pack is awesome.
Metroplex is the Avatar with Goldbug on his shoulder.
Oh, it is Metroplex. I thought for all these years, I thought it was Ultra Magnus.
Glasses.
I'll leave my channel. I'm sorry. Sorry. I'll leave my channel. Should I go into Death in the Family? Hold on just a second.
Hey, Bar.
Well, finally.
It's time to go, Bar.
Now it's time to go. Should I go into Death in the Family and The Killing Joke? Yes, totally. If you haven't read those and you can't get Nightwing Year 1 nor Batgirl Year 1.
Bar, I'm glad you liked the movie. I love the movie.
Made me
I
laugh.
Laughed a lot. And I thought it had heart. It was a good movie.
Brave and the Boys.
And Margot Robbie did a terrific job acting, and Ryan Gosling was hilarious. But yeah, I really liked Margot's performance. So I hope you did too.
Her feet were amazing.
Oh yeah, I liked her feet.
How's she?
I like her feet.
I'm not saying that in a Tarantino style.
I am.
This conversation just got better. Do I have oatmeal or Fruit Loops? You get you a bag of Frot Lops from Kroger.
Chris said
they come in a bag.
Chris said you're still the man. My eyesight is bad too.
Dude, I really thought it was freaking. Dude, wait, Melanie whispered to me, her feet are hot in the theater, and I said, all right, Tarantino, calm down.
It's like, oh, I love Marco.
Which, funny enough, he does have that scene with her in bare feet in the movie theater in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Does he?
It's pretty good. If you're into that, whatever.
Oh, yeah, it's time to go.
Oh, is it? It's time to go. Okay. I do have a Ask Me Anything that is at 2 p.m. That's on our Patreon. And that's really where people come at me with anything, and it's anything goes. And if you've never done, if you want to ask about feet, I guess you get in there. If you've never been to one though, it's definitely not safe for work. A lot of adult language is being thrown around, mainly by this guy. So yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button on the way out, and that's it. That's all we have. Check out cheapgraphicnovels.com. They're our sponsor here in America. Books up to 50% off. You can pre-order Marvel, DC books, whatever you need to. Everyone, stay healthy and safe out there. Much love.
Stay minty.
Thank you.